Train the muscles, not the joints.
Welcome back to Natural Gland Bodybuilding Mountain. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about what you should consider when choosing the rep ranges in your sets for muscle growth. So a lot of times you'll see me on this channel doing a certain rep range. I may prescribe 10 to 15 reps or 8 to 10 reps or 5 to 7 reps. And you'll see this in my workout programs that are on my website, the ones that I have on there. And basically these rep ranges are based on you doing a certain speed of repetition, meaning it's a medium to faster type of cadence in speed in the repetition. So what this means is that your set will last a certain period of time based on the speed in which you're performing the repetition. And so what I got asked on Patreon by one of my Patreon supporters is what type of rep range should he be doing if he's doing ultra slow reps, like 4 seconds on the way down and a couple seconds on the way up. And in this case, I'm going to say that you're going to automatically have to use lower rep ranges to compensate for the extended period of time that it takes for you to accomplish each individual repetition, right? Because we're not just talking about how many reps you get in a set when we talk about rep ranges. We're also talking about set duration of time. So when you hit failure within a certain period of time in a muscle group, you are using certain energy sources. And then if you hit failure through a different period of time, you'll be using another set of energy sources, meaning you may be going into glycogen or fatty acid globalization like in jogging or long distance running or so forth. But when you're doing exercises for bodybuilding purposes, you want the sets to last at most about a minute and a half, right? Ideally, the set will last from a few seconds long to 1 minute duration. That's pretty much the ideal set for you to put on muscle growth. But if you're starting to extend the set beyond there, then your body goes into different areas for energy, and therefore you're not necessarily working in an anaerobic capacity. You're forced to start using different types of facilities in order to continue the set. So long story short, the muscles are no longer the weak link. Now it's your energetic system that becomes the weak link, which is a different type of stimulation for the body, and that is not necessarily going to lead you to more muscle growth, right? It may lead you to some sort of fitness level, but not muscle growth. So if you're doing super slow repetitions, and say I prescribe for you to do 15 repetitions for a set, I'd say honestly, you're probably doing only about 6 or 7 of those super slow reps to get a comparable period of time, right? So I'm doing repetitions that are pretty fast. They only take about 1 second to 2 seconds to accomplish, right? But what you're doing is, you know, half speed. So you're going to have to do about half the reps in order for you to have a comparable sort of set or form of stimulation. Now, this also begs the question, you know, what repetition speed is the best? And I've found for myself that a medium to faster rep speed does access the fast twitch fibers more so than the slow twitch fibers and does lead to more muscle growth for myself. This could be different for you, and I'm always open to you playing around with rep speed as a way of accessing different muscle fibers. So you may do workouts where you're doing faster reps from time to time, and then you may do workouts for slower reps. And then you may also find that certain body parts respond better to different rep speeds. So that's also something that you want to take into consideration. So it's not like there's one size fits all for each person or one size fitting all for all your different body parts and different exercises. Because I've found that some exercises, some isolations, I feel much better when I'm doing them nice and slow, such as the hybrid fly for inclines or for flat. I really enjoy that, using super lightweight and doing really slow reps. But when I'm doing more of a compound lift like bench presses, I find I get more out of using faster reps for the most part. And then once in a while, for rehabilitation reasons, I may use slow reps with super ultra lightweight. So it really depends on why you're doing the exercise and your genetic limitations or constitution. Because I've seen some guys get massive bodybuilding results from doing super slow reps, but when I tried to do the same thing, it did not necessarily work the same for me. So that's again, something you have to consider. And that's always in the realm of the law of individuality, right? There's going to be certain things that you respond to that maybe I don't, and vice versa. So you want to experiment with that. But yeah, if you want to understand whether you are in the anaerobic window, which is the muscular growth window, or not, try to keep your sets under 1.5 minutes for sure. You know, like they shouldn't be longer than 1.5 minutes in duration. And ideally, I'd say they're within the 1 minute duration mark in order for you to access the best gains for muscular growth. Mountain. So I hope this helps you out in your training. Thanks a lot for watching. If you need to get a hold of me, just go to naturalgalantbodybuilding.com, and thanks to the patron supporters. And there I'm having a podcast every week, so make sure you check that out. The link is in the description. And now I have to go back there and fight some monsters. I'm writing a fiction novel, you know, so a fantasy novel about monsters, but what people don't really realize is that a lot of the monsters in that book are actually real. And it's based on real live events of natural galant bodybuilding in the woods. You notice that I don't film out here all the time now? Well, you know what? Sometimes I get sick of fighting for my life every day and trying to film a video. It's like this multitasking thing is tough to do. But today I feel like picking a fight. So, you know, that's why I'm here. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. You guys take care of yourself. Keep training. Stay aware. Okay? All right. Fortunately for me, fighting monsters, it's pretty easy. Usually I stay in the anaerobic window. I usually knock them out or beat them up, you know, within about 30 seconds or so. So I don't have to worry about doing too much endurance training, right? Too much CrossFit. I don't want to do the CrossFit. So anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for coming.